Have you ever questioned why some people's appeal seems like quicksand? The harder you fight their words, the further you fall under their sway. Most of us don't recognize the trap until it's too late, and those folks are typically narcissists. However, a more subdued kind walks alone somewhere beyond the loud alpha roars and the content beta whispers. A guy with Sigma. He observes, he estimates, he picks things up. The narcissist's game gradually falls apart as soon as he makes a move, and before anyone even sees the change on the board. We're going through 8 tactics that Sigma males employ to outwit narcissists today, and we're also discussing how you can adopt the same strategic mindset into your own life. 1. Accounting for everything. Transforming observation into armor. Sigmas are always on silent recon. Each micro-expression, each glance, and each word that is spoken with hesitation are documented and saved for future study. Narcissists follow a predictable pattern of love bombing, devaluing, discarding, and repeating. Sigma males are able to identify the pattern much before the narcissist escalates because they instantly map every behavioral loop as it appears. Practical Sigma approach. Maintain a ledger, either physically or in your mind. Log the emotional highs that result from events, motives, and inconsistencies. With enough data, the narcissist's future moves become probabilities rather than surprises. A person's authority vanishes when you can predict their next move. The player who can foresee 3 moves in advance, not the one driven by emotion and arrogance, is in control. 2. Emotional detachment. Freezing the manipulation circuit. Sigmas reflect where the majority of individuals respond. They break up not because they are chilly, but because clarity exists outside the storm. Adrenaline is used as a weapon by narcissists. They rely on impulsive reactions that swing the board in their direction by eliciting guilt, envy, or rage. But a Sigma pauses. He inhales. He first calculates the cost-benefit ratio in his mind before any of his muscles move. A useful Sigma shift. Introduce a non-negotiable delay. I'll get back to you tomorrow. Buys time to neutralize emotional malware and let the inner circuitry cool down. After realizing that buttons are no longer functional, the manipulator begins to destroy the console. And that is when their plan fails. 3. Subtle confrontation. The art of Socratic landmines. Sigmas seldom speak up. They ask questions. Consider posing this question to a narcissist. That's interesting. Can you explain the reasoning behind that choice? A Socratic landmine. It appears innocuous on the outside, but is actually lethal beneath. They reveal inconsistencies if they respond. When they avoid, the space sees a facade breaking. Practical Sigma step. Master the art of asking questions. Frame inquiries that require particularity. Dates, figures, sources. Narcissists flourish in ambiguity. Accuracy smothers their flame. The encounter remains secret, simply highlighting the emptiness within their narrative, without any drama or yelling. 4. Validation starvation. Depriving them of their lifeblood. A narcissist's currency is attention. Each compliment is a deposit. Compound interest is produced by each like, each anxious apology, and each frantic return message. The bank is owned, and the vault is closed by Sigma males. They maintain a polite but neutral stance. Praise is never unconditional. Rather, it is precise and uncommon. Small talks are brief. The extent of eye contact is assessed. Practical Sigma transfer. Use actual facts rather than empty compliments. You handed over the file on time. End. No ego treats or effusive words. Narcissists get agitated when the supply runs low. In that void, their insecurities are more prominent than their appeal, and the Sigma just observes as the mask falls off. 5. Misleading misrepresentation. Channeling the Columbo effect. Recall Columbo, the TV detective. He seemed disoriented and nearly clueless as he shuffled in until the very last scene, when the chessboard flipped and the murderer understood that they had been caught for 90 minutes. Understatement is a weapon used by Sigma men. They minimize their knowledge, allowing the narcissist to believe that they are superior. A useful Sigma move. Employ deliberate self-depreciation. I'm not sure I completely understand this. Could you explain? The narcissist becomes reckless, over-explains, and releases information. At the crucial point, the Sigma exposes dates, receipts, and silent facts that use the manipulator's own words to trap him. Clear as day that it's checkmate. 6. Resistance to charm. Seeing the strings, not the puppet. Under fluorescent light, narcissistic allure shines like a diamond, until you see its cubic zirconia. The gemstone is instinctively turned over by Sigma males to inspect its cut, clarity, and provenance. Exaggerated anecdotes, excessive praises, and false promises for the future are all identified as scripts. A real Sigma move. Use baseline testing. Give the narcissist praise for something innocuous before retreating. Observe how quickly they ramp up praise or guilt in order to bring you back. Sigma guys establish a personal firewall by listing these manipulative turning points. No matter how alluring, charisma cannot pass through it unobserved. 7. Leaving the circus mid-act is the power of a chilly no. It's simple to post boundaries on social media. The Sigma norm is to experience them live. The Sigma answers with 2 syllables, no, as soon as a narcissist crosses the line of respect. No rationale. There were no messages expressing feelings. He quits if there is continued pressure. Practical Sigma move. Practice micro-exits. Ask for permission to answer a call. Let texts remain unread. If needed, the larger departure is rehearsed at each tiny exit. Fearful compliance is what narcissists thrive on. A cool rejection is like poison. 8. The silent kill. Flourishing in their absence. Irrelevance is the greatest bruise to a narcissistic ego. The narcissist's delusion of indispensability is destroyed when a Sigma male withdraws and thrives, advancing in his career, relationships, and sense of inner tranquility. Useful Sigma move. Capitalize on the momentum of engaging with channel posts. Enroll in that class. Visit the gym. Forge deeper, more genuine bonds. Publicly acknowledge accomplishments, but in a way that is humble. The narcissist sees the evidence of the Sigma's life from a psychological distance. We create our own happiness. They never possessed the authority to command. In summary, the sound bed consists of a slow-rising synth and percussion that resembles a soft heartbeat. Where people trade knowledge for acceptance, narcissists flourish. By valuing wisdom over acclaim, tactics over reflexes, and self-respect over acquired position, Sigma men disrupt that economy. Which of these 8 strategies most aligns with your experience? Have you ever seen a Sigma destroy a narcissist, or maybe done it yourself? Post your tale in the comments section. I read them all and reply when I can. If this breakdown broadened your understanding, click the like button so that YouTube knows to share it with other strategic thinkers. Additionally, subscribe and ring the bell if you're curious about learning more about Sigma psychology, dominance dynamics, and quiet power. New videos are available.